Good afternoon. My name is Elena Van Tassel, and I'm a Deputy Treasurer and the Executive Director of the Office of Economic Empowerment at the Massachusetts State Treasury. With me today is Jonathan Hughes, Associate Director of College Planning and Education for the Massachusetts Educational Financing Authority, better known as MIFA. I'm thrilled to be with you today to talk to you about BabySteps, Massachusetts' first seeded statewide college savings account program. During today's webinar, I'm going to give you an overview of BabySteps, how it works, who is eligible, and how you and your organization can get involved. When families start saving earlier, not only are they more financially prepared for higher education, they also cultivate a college-bound identity for their children, and that is priceless. That is from Treasurer Deb Goldberg. When Treasurer Goldberg took office in January 2015, she understood the connection between families making informed financial decisions and the overall state's economic health. That's why she created the Office of Economic Empowerment and charged the office with creating a statewide college savings account program that would be available in all communities in Massachusetts. We initially piloted programs in 6 different communities in Massachusetts, and that's how we created BabySteps. BabySteps is a universal seed-funded college savings account program designed to help Massachusetts children and their families save for college and higher education training. BabySteps is a partnership between the State Treasurer's Office and MIFA. So who was eligible for BabySteps? Any child who is a Massachusetts resident and was born or adopted on or after January 1st, 2020, is eligible to receive a $50 seed deposit from the Massachusetts State Treasurer's Office into a U.Fund 529 account with that child as the beneficiary. The $50 seed deposit can only be received within 1 year of that child's birth or adoption. So how does BabySteps work? Families who want to start a savings account through BabySteps can simply indicate their interest after birth in the hospital on the Department of Public Health parent worksheet. Families then need to open up a U.Fund account through MIFA, and after opening the account, families can begin making contributions and will receive more information about growing their child's savings. This is the question that families will be asked to indicate yes in order to show interest in the BabySteps Savings Plan. Families that indicate yes will then be contacted by MIFA and the Treasurer's Office to start opening the account. Families that do not check yes are still able to open up a BabySteps Savings Plan account by going to the BabySteps website. This is some of the marketing materials we'll be using to share with families about BabySteps. Hopefully you'll be seeing this in hospitals and other places where many new families will be going to. And these materials will be available to your organization to use and share in your communities. What are the goals of BabySteps? We have 3 goals: increase the percentage of children saving for higher education, deliver high quality financial education programming to students and parents, building a culture centered on savings for the future, and employing prudent budget management, and boost post-secondary enrollment and graduation rates for students by fostering aspirations of higher education. The first goal, increasing the percentage of children saving for higher education in Massachusetts. We're developing partnerships with key stakeholders who are already working with families, both pre and post adoption and birth, in order to spread the word about BabySteps. We're also partnering with organizations to train staff on enrollment and outreach to families. And this is something we're more than happy to do with you in your organization. We are also working collaboratively with other Massachusetts college savings account programs to educate families about saving statewide and at all ages. Our second goal, deliver high quality financial education programming to students and parents, building a culture centered on savings. This is really a key part of the program. We really see BabySteps as a vehicle to teach not only children, but families about various financial education concepts, well beyond savings and basic budgeting. We'll be utilizing both in-person and digital technology in order to share this information. And finally, our third goal, boost post-secondary enrollment and graduation rates for participating students by fostering aspirations of higher education. At the Treasurer's Office, we like to think that Baby Steps is not just about growing savings, but it's also about growing child's aspirations for the future. And the research supports this. College savings accounts increase a parent's expectation for their child's educational success. And parents who have college savings accounts for their children place more importance on college education and demonstrate more support for their child's academics. Children who have a college savings account are more likely to plan and attend college after high school, and students who expect to attend post-secondary education are more likely to do so when they have a dedicated college savings account. And the research doesn't stop there. Research also indicates that at birth, college savings account programs can improve socio-emotional development in young children and lower symptoms of maternal depression. As I mentioned earlier, Baby Steps was created after pilot programs across Massachusetts. And we know from our pilots that there is power in partnerships and that we need assistance to help promote college savings. We cannot do this without you. Families need to hear about Baby Steps and the importance from savings from trusted sources that they already know and they're working with. So how can your organization help support Baby Steps? We invite you to help spread the word about Baby Steps by sharing it on social media and using the hashtag BabyStepsSavings. You can email us to receive a quarterly social media toolkit with tips on how to engage in your community. I'll now turn it over to Jonathan Hughes from MIFA.
Thank you very much, Elena. My name, as Elena said, is Jonathan Hughes, and I am the Associate Director of College Planning and Education at MIFA. And MIFA is very proud and very happy to be partners in offering the Baby Steps Plan with Treasury. MIFA is a not-for-profit state authority. We were created by the Massachusetts legislature back in 1982. And our mission has been to help Massachusetts students and families to access higher education and reach financial goals through education programs, tax advantage savings plans, low-cost loans, and expert guidance. We've enriched this mission by our work with the state as the state sponsor of the Attainable Savings Plan, which we'll talk about in just a slide or two. But today we're going to talk about the 529 plan, and MIFA has selected Fidelity Investments as the provider of the 529 plan. MIFA and Fidelity together offer best-in-class expertise in college financing and money management. This resource guides families in planning and creating a strategy to meet college costs. And you can always visit MIFA.org to learn more about MIFA or to learn about the U.Fund or Baby Steps as well. A 529 plan, I always explain it to parents thus. A 529 plan is sort of like a 401k, except instead of for retirement, it's for college education. So you put money in, it's invested, grows with the market, tax deferred. When the time comes for your child to attend college, you can pull those funds out. And as long as you spend that money on qualified higher education expenses like tuition, fees, room, board, books or supplies or equipment, you don't pay taxes on those earnings. Savings can be used at any accredited college or university in the country. In fact, it can be used at international institutions as well that accept U.S. federal funding and career and vocational training programs that are accredited and eligible to receive U.S. federal funding as well. Now, you can start an account for your child as a parent. You can also start an account for your child as a grandparent, but other people as well can own an account for your child. If you have more than one account for your child, or even if you just have one, the total accounts for the beneficiary, that student, cannot exceed $400,000. If that's a problem, I'm sorry, but it is a good problem to have. It's a relatively high amount that the maximum is at. There's no minimum to start an account, and there's no annual account maintenance fee. In Massachusetts, you can currently claim an income tax deduction on your state income taxes. For married filers filing jointly, it's up to $2,000 of your contributions can be deducted on your state income taxes, and for individual filers, it's up to $1,000. Limits are per filer and not per account. Now, you do have to invest in this program, so there are multiple investment options that you can choose. Fidelity, as I said before, is the manager of these investments and does manage the account and the portfolios. We at MIFA are always very careful to say that we are not investment advisors and are not qualified to do that, but Fidelity is available 24 hours a day for assistance. You can call them at 1-800-544-2776 if you have questions on your account or on your investments, and you can enroll online at fidelity.com/U.Fund. One thing we are always careful to point out is that among the investments that you can choose is an FDIC insured option that will safeguard the principal that you put into the account. I mentioned the ABLE program, and I want to mention it here once again because it does relate to the 529 accounts. An ABLE account is a Achieving a Better Life Experience account. This was a federal act that was signed back in 2014 into law. Every state then started their own ABLE account, and it's a 529 account as well as a college savings 529 account. So it has similar tax incentives, except instead of being used for education expenses, it's for individuals with disabilities to save, a tax advantage way for them to save and grow their investments, and to not affect their federally means tested benefits like Medicaid and Social Security. So the reason that we mention this with 529 accounts is that it is now allowable to transfer funds from a 529 college savings plan account into an ABLE account without incurring any tax or penalty.
Great. Thank you, Jonathan. And thank you for joining us today. We are looking forward to working with you on this exciting new program for Massachusetts families. Please do not hesitate to reach out to either the Treasurer's Office or MIFA if you have any questions about BabySteps. And again, we're also available to come to your organization to share more information. Our emails are on the screen, and you can also go to BabyStepsSavingsPlan.org for more information. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you on BabySteps.